Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another episode of Truly Bedrock Season 4. It is going to be a technical episode today. We need to finish up our multi-item storage system and expand it, and we also need to build some mob farms in our base as well. It's going to be some good times, so let's just hop into it. Okay, so we're expanding the storage system a little bit. We got the base multi-item storage system, and then we're going to have some bulk item storage over here as well. This one is just going to be standard item filters. So we need to chop down every tree in existence, and then farm every iron golem in existence. And maybe we'll have enough to actually build this. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to store right here, but that's what all the farms are going to be pumping into, basically. And then we'll probably need to expand our storage even more beyond this, just so that we have enough to actually store it all. We probably want, like, shulker box loaders and unloaders and all kinds of stuff. This needs to be Goliathan 3.0, basically. But shulker box unloaders would go over here, because this is going to be, like, the beginning of the system. Then you got your bulk item storage, cursed chest, and then your standard multi-item storage system for all of your specific items. Maybe a non-stackable item sorter and a trash can or something? I put a lava source next to a piece of ice and it never melts, but I put one torch somewhere and suddenly the entire ceiling melts. I see how it is, game. I see how it is. Okay then, so the entire storage system for this side is installed, minus 7 or 12 different issues that we had along the way. Not a big deal, we don't talk about that. Anyway, we are tying the end of the storage system into the beginning of the multi-item sorter. And if you ever need to do a hopper line going downwards, don't just do like 100% hoppers, because that's a lot of hoppers. Instead, you can replace every other with like a dropper or a chest. And you can also save hoppers going sideways by using a double chest. It's the little things. It saves you a little bit of resources. Okay, the base is looking pretty alright now that we got 4 doorways installed. So we're gonna have some bulk storage over there, kind of like in addition to what we got over there. And then we're gonna have our cactus farm over here, which is already in the doorway. Very compact and nice aesthetic talking point of the base. And then we got ourselves this area right here, which is gonna be probably for our mementos and like a little living area, storage, maybe a bed or something. So we'll figure it out, okay? I don't have it all written down. The storage room has been decorated a little bit now, just some basic stuff so that it's not absolutely hideous looking. I still need to actually like set up every single one of these item filter chests and set up the item filters for all of this stuff, but that's a very tedious task, so I'll do that after we actually get like the goal of today's episode done. The goal for today is to get a mob farm installed somewhere in this base, probably on the 2nd layer or the 3rd layer down. So we're gonna get ourselves the super handy dandy spawning sphere texture pack thingy, and we're gonna figure out the distances that we need to stand from this. Frozen peaks, that's fancy. There we go. This is not usable with RTX turned on. There we go. Okay, so what are we looking at here? This is kind of a tight range to work with. 3rd level is a little bit too far down, and 2nd level is maybe just perfect, depending on where you're standing up there. So maybe we got to build a little mob farm on all 4 sides of this. And then if we're standing at the top level or the 3rd level, it'll be slightly active. It's not going to be ideal. It's not going to be super efficient, but we are going to have a mob farm in the base. And hopefully it'll give us net profit rockets. That way we can fly up and down all the time. That's kind of the goal. So we've only got a few of these doorways installed and ready to go, but we're out of deep slate completely. And I now regret giving a double chest and a half of deep slate to Tistom. He built the nether hub out of it, and it looks great. We've literally mined three blocks of deep slate. Or 4, I suppose, and we just instantly found diamonds. Well, we only got 5 diamonds from it. That's still not too bad, though, for 4 blocks mined. That's honestly pretty solid. Right then, so that is the doorways for layers 2 and 3 installed. It took a surprising amount of time, and there was many side tracks, but it looks pretty cool in this lighting, doesn't it? Anyway, so now the mob farms are going to go down in each one of these little hidey holes. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to mine out a section on this side, and we're just going to make a very simple and straightforward little mob farm using scaffolding. Just a teeny tiny little thing. We're not going to have trident killers or anything like that, because that just kind of invites breakingness. So this is going to be basically a redstone-free farm, besides maybe like some item collection redstone or something. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me? Snow on top of a lever? What? That's not allowed, sir. Hold on. You know what? Do we have any cobblestone? I need to try this out. For science, we need to see if we can get a whole lot of this. This looks like a really bad combination lock, but it's for science, I swear. So because of how the spawning sphere is, if we were to build mob farms on all four sides of this, then these two mob farms would spawn mobs, but then they would immediately, like, despawn if we had a kill chamber down at, like, this level. So we need to raise up the kill chamber by at least, like, 3-4 blocks. That way, we always have the mobs within, you know, the spawnable range. That's just assuming that we're standing, like, right at that doorway. But we're probably going to be spending most of our time at the top ring of the base, so the more efficiency we can get out of that top ring, the better. So I'm not too fussed about raising up the kill chamber 2-3 blocks, and then we can still have, like, maybe 3 or 4 spawning levels directly above this. I think that'll be pretty fine. So this is the current state of the mob farm. It's very basic, but we have 3 floors, and essentially what we're going to do is we're going to put down a whole bunch of scaffolding in here and just treat it like a general tiny little mob farm, really. And it's going to be super ugly, but no one's ever going to notice because I'm never going to show you this mob farm. Ever again. You're just never going to notice it. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. It's just gonna be ugly, okay? Some things are allowed to be ugly. So all the mobs are gonna get flushed this way. We're gonna have a little bit of water streams right here to flush them towards the kill chamber. And then we're just gonna kill them on magma blocks. Again, I don't want anything that can break in this. So we're just gonna drop them all off right here. Have a hopper minecart collecting underneath it. That'll go into a bubble column and send items up to our storage system. And maybe we'll like link all 4 of these mob farms together. That way they all have like one water stream at this level. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. So of course for the base, it has like a bajillion sea lanterns everywhere. So to keep out all of that nasty, nasty light, we need to use some tinted glass, which is going to be fairly handy. I think we're just going to cover up basically this entire thing right here. Okay, so there is the first a teeny tiny little mob farm complete. It doesn't look like great or anything, but it's not too abrasive to the eyes. It kind of reminds me of a robot from Futurama. A little bit. Hold on, is that actual mobs in there? It is! Look at that, it actually functions. We don't have all the water streams installed right now, so it's not, like, fully functional. But that's proof of concept right there. Very nice indeed. Let's see if we can get in here without this thing completely exploding. Little bit of water streams, that should be all that we really need. As you can see, it does look truly terrible in here, but you know what? That's fine. You're never gonna see it. Don't worry about it. The worst you're ever gonna see is like right here. And it looks pretty good from right here because you can't see any of the stone. It's definitely a face though. Eyes, nose, teeth. Oh wow, that's like a lot of mobs actually. That's a whole pack of zombies. If we have 4 of these, this might be surprisingly good actually. Couple hundred, maybe 1,000 items an hour, which is not a ton, but considering like the effort that goes into this, it's very small. We even got like 3 other people online right now as well, so that's pretty cool. Look at all these items we got after a whole minute. Let's get a double chest. I'm feeling confident about the rates of this thing. I placed it wrong. Right then, so our second mob farm is actually basically complete. I just need some tinted glass, and lucky for us, we actually have a geode all the way down at the bottom of the base. If I can remember where these slime blocks are. Yep, yeah, we can break through this corner of the base. And then right there's a geode. You just gotta hop, skip, and jump and fly over the giant lava lake. And then I don't have a fortune on me, but yeah, this is where there be geodes. I did not plan on the base having a geode in it, but here we are. And you know what? It's actually rather convenient. And there we go. We got 2 little teeny tiny mob farms up and running. They're both working, and you can't tell at all that there's junk behind there that there shouldn't be. Definitely no coal or stone or anything. So that is both of the magenta mob farms installed, and now it's time to install one of the lime ones. So that's basically going to be going right here in this area, and of course there's an aquifer. Why do aquifers exist? Just to cause pain. I need to build a mob farm right in the middle of this. Very, very convenient. And now it's flooding the whole base. Okay. Maybe I could build a glow squid farm in the base. You know, I never considered that option, but I'm kind of having to with all this aquifer water. I'm also just like building the mob farm straight up through the aquifer. I guess I'll just like empty out what water isn't needed when I'm done. I don't think I own any sponges, so I have to do it the hard way of just like filling in blocks. Yeah, aquifers, they're great. Oh, look at that. I made some waterlogged solid blocks. I literally just placed solid blocks into a bubble elevator, or a bubble column. Look at that. That's so dumb. Huh, I've always wondered how to make those. I guess they're like really easy right now. Well, probably not a great time to notice that I built the whole thing off by a block. Yeah, it's the right size, it's just shifted to the left by one. The third farm is basically done, but I am completely out of the amethyst, so I kind of need to go upgrade our amethyst farm down here, sitting in a lava lake, so that's gonna be a fun one. Can I fly in here? Oop, yeah, watch out for that lava, not a pretty one. I'm kind of curious why it's like right in the middle of a lava lake, but I'm guessing I'm not one to judge. Also, there's just diamonds chilling out over here. What's up with this? Is a lot of diamonds. This has been here the entire time. Thank you very much. Anyway, not really what I'm here for, so just kind of throw those in lava, you know, it doesn't matter. We need to make sure there is room around every single one of these budding, you know, things, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. They're budding amethyst geode thingies. And if they got air pockets on all sides of them, then they'll actually be able to grow to every side. Because right now, they're only growing to like one, maybe two sides. Very inefficient. This is a very, very small geode. It's only got about 13 or so buds in it. A good geode has like 40 or 50 buds. But this should be more than enough amethyst for all of my needs at the very least, because we really don't need that much. Also, I just realized this pickaxe is about to break. Probably a good thing I looked at that before mining too much more. Now it's time to visit our XP farm on the server, which happens to be this villager right here. You buy all the bookshelves from him for an emerald, you sell the books back to him for 1 emerald apiece, and then you make some monies, and you repair your tools at the same time. It's kind of nice. And then I've just been selling books to everybody, basically. It's a good little way of getting a bit of experience. All 4 of the mob farms are now officially done. However, one of these isn't quite like the others. As you can see, we kind of ran out of tinted glass for that one, so I have to wait a little while for the geode to grow up. But all of these are now done, and if we go up to the storage system area, 3 out of 4 of those should be functional. So now we have a little bit of mob farmage in the base, which is fantastic. We just need to tie all 4 of these things together with a water stream for item collection, and then send that up into the actual storage room up here. We'll probably have like a bubble column come up over here or something, and then that'll lead into the bulk sorters and then the multi-item sorter eventually. This right here is kind of like the very corner of the base, as you can kind of tell from the top if you know what that part is. Anyway, we're gonna go a few blocks beyond this, just the bubble column for the farms are kind of out of the way, and then right below this is just gonna be some water streams and a bubble column. So this little passageway here goes behind farm number 1, and farm number 2 is over here as well. And then if we go off into this direction, farm number 3 is the first one that we built. It's got a lot of mobs in there, it's very loud, and farm number 4 is just like right around this corner. So pretty easy to wrap all these together, and we've actually gotten like a surprising amount of drops out of these, a whole stack of gunpowder. Anyway, I'm just gonna put in some auto droppers and a little bit of a like packed ice water stream going through here, and this should be super easy. If you ever need like a super simple auto dropper circuit, this is all you really need. A comparator reading out of the hopper that'll detect the item, and then that goes into a block, redstone, block, repeater, and then just a couple pieces of redstone dust. This will leave 1 item in this dropper, but that's not really an issue for a farm or anything. Maybe it would be an issue for a storage system, but this actually works really well, and that's just kind of all there is to it. So we're going to set up 4 of these for each one of our different farms, and then these are going to be going into some water streams, and that's all there is to it. I'm probably going to go ahead and put some railings right here. That way items don't fly up on the edges, because sometimes they can do that. Anyway, whenever the water reaches the end point, we put down a button, and then just get a new piece of water, and then that's all there is to it. Look at that, we're already getting drops from the other mob farm. I just hooked up the second one, and I think this will work perfectly fine. Don't really see any issues with it, unless items land like right here or something. Maybe that'll be an issue. Actually, you know what, I got a fix for that. Hold on, we just put the, where's my pickaxe at? Come on now, I'm trying to record a thing here. We just get rid of that block, and then we put a water source right there, and then we put the button right there. Bam! Look at that. That's how you do it. And then we don't have any lossy items or weirdness with the water. Well, I don't have any soul sand right now, so all the items are just gonna float And water? It's very slow, but it does work. Well, the farm's been running less than an hour, and these are all the items that we've gotten from it so far. I'm surprised at the amount of gunpowder, and that's really what we're after here, because I need a source of rockets that's not the main mob farm 2,000 blocks away, because, well, this base uses a lot of rockets, as you can probably imagine. So, there we go. We got ourselves a good source of rockets at the base, and now we have ourselves the first, like, fully functional system inside of the base. Now we just need to fill up another 300 blocks of farms. Since we have a very limited supply of item filters on this side of the system, I'm thinking we're probably just going to set up a filter to throw away the arrows and the rotten flesh, because, let's be honest, we're just never going to use it. Nobody needs these things, and nobody cares about them. We need some items for the storage system, so I'm thinking sub to silent for a cookie. Yeah. No hidden messages there or anything. Definitely not. I think somebody on the server is either dying a lot or is planning to die a lot, because they bought a whole lot of totems. I don't know how many that is, but we've made another 34 diamonds from the shop, so we're doing pretty good up here. But nobody wants some of my potatoes. Nobody's bought potatoes in months. Maybe because these potatoes have been sitting here for months. And also it says these were gross. Right. I should probably break that. But you know what? A fair critique is a fair critique. I just need to get more reviews, I guess. Okay, a soul sand has been acquired by a certain zombie, so we're gonna put that in there, and then bam, we have the bubbles. You know what I did not do? I did not set up a filter for the flesh or the arrows right now, so all of that's gonna be going into the storage system. Yep, it's probably gonna end up in this chest right here. Yep, there it is. Okay, well, at least that part works, but I need to set up a filter somewhere over here to trash items. This is the actual water stream, so I might be able to do something with that. Okay, then we got 2 additional item filters right here for flesh and for arrows. Those are pointing down into some auto droppers, basically. Same little system that we have on the general mob farm for throwing away the non-stackable items. And these are going to click every so often whenever we get a new item in here, but honestly, that's fine. The mob farms aren't going to be producing that much stuff, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Who's bothered by a little click here or there? I probably will be. I'm probably gonna have to tear this down one day when I get annoyed by the clicking. But you know what? Whatever. That's a future me problem. Okay, so if I throw rotten flesh right here, that should click. Yep, and perfect. So that is all there is to it for throwing away all these items. Fantastic. I'm just thinking of a couple different ways to like upgrade this system, because you can never have a perfect storage system. So I kind of want to utilize this spot right here as a shulker box unloader, and I just came up with like a super easy way of doing that. So if you power a hopper, an observer can detect that. So we press that button and that activates that piston. So that's kind of cool. Not the wiring you would expect. So if we have a shulker right here, we can unload that, and all the items will go off into the storage system, or just that hopper. We press the button, and we get the shulker back. And it locks the hopper, and it can't go into the storage system. Very nice. Well, that wasn't too hard to wrap into the system. Just like 5 extra hoppers and a little bit of weirdness, but that should be fine. And now we can cover this all back up, and we have ourselves a nice little area to actually unload a shulker box right in that middle area. The last order of business for this storage system is to go ahead and collect basically all of the items that we have throughout the world and compile them into this thing, which always takes so long. It's kind of like the worst part of any storage system is the actual organization of it and collection of items. I think one of these days I'm just gonna start a season by just building one of these, like episode 1 or something, because building it mid-season is always such a drag. Anyway, let's go break some chests. I had amethyst shards here the entire time. This is why you need to have organization, because otherwise you don't know what you have. Hey, but then you get surprised by what you don't know that you do know that you have, that you didn't know that you have. And then it's a surprise to figure out that you didn't know you had what you had. I definitely could have done that a lot quicker if I had more than 2 shulker boxes to my name available, but it is done. We've collected basically all the items from the world, and we definitely have over a stack of diamond blocks. These are all the ones that we got just from a shop profits. These are all the ones that we got just from mining, and these are the ones that we have from mining out the base specifically. So yeah, we have kind of a lot of riches, but I'm still humble. And now it's just a matter of getting all of these thousands and thousands of unorganized, unsorted, unmanageable items into this system to make them very organized and very manageable. I'm sure that won't take any time at all, and I'm definitely not going to do it on a live stream on twitch.tv/silentwisperer, and you definitely shouldn't come join us because I'm definitely not going to be sorting out a bunch of items. Anyway, to those of you who subscribed earlier in the episode, here is your cookie. I did not lie, there are cookies for those who subscribe. If you enjoyed today's video, then of course consider dropping a like as it helps out the video and the channel a ton. If you're new here, then maybe consider subscribing to unlock even more cookies. And I'll see you guys down in the comment section in the next one. Thanks for watching, and then there was silence.